first times I've ever tripped on acid. This was definitely a very interesting one because not only was it one of the first times, it was at a very unusual location to be tripping at. We have a really big mall, and I'm not going to say the exact mall, but it has the word town in it. Now, it's a very, very big mall with escalators. We went to the movie theaters and we saw this movie that had to do with cutting hair or something. It was about some kind of barbershop. And I've actually seen this movie prior to this. So we were watching a repeat film that wasn't even brand new at the time, because I already watched this movie prior with Zeno at the theater, believe it or not. I dropped about 5 hits of acid each. He took about 3 hits. Then he gradually took more. He would take half hits, as he came up, just gradually going on. I went balls to the wall about it, thinking, fuck it, let's do this shit. So, we're watching this movie, the trip hits, and mind you, this theater is not at the mall. This is a old school theater that is near the mall that we were at. Many of you will know what I'm talking about, that is local. So we decided, hey, let's go to the mall for our trip, right? Because, being around a lot of people is definitely what we need right now. We definitely need to be in a big crowd. I was completely against this idea, but he wanted to do it, so fuck it. We go to the mall. I get there, and that's when I start peeking, because the movie was about an hour and 30 minutes long. We left before the credits. I knew when the movie's gonna end. I'm just like, let's get out of here. He was eating somehow, and I was shocked. I mean, yes, he was just coming up, but he somehow had an appetite for popcorn and Kit Kat bars. And prior to me going, though, I already ate. I had a good-ass burger and shake from Steak and Shake. Shout out to them. Really good shit. So we go to the mall. So I get there, and I'm just starting to peak. It was about 2.5 hours into it, because it took a while to get to this mall. We drove around a little bit, listening to music. And the visuals, there was even a body high to this. And I'm sitting there around all these people, and I keep thinking they're looking at me. So at this point, I know I'm fucked. We go to this store at the mall. It's called Spencer's. It has a lot of wacky stuff in it, like the balls of electricity that you just kind of put your fingers on, and the electricity kind of attracts the lightning. It's cool. I found this little card, and it's where you put your finger through it, and it looks like the dude's willy. And I thought it was the funniest thing in the whole world. I was cracking up. People were looking at me like, dude, are you 10? Anyways, I leave. He stays in the store, and I'm walking around. And I go up to this fountain where everyone throws their coins in. And I'm like, hey, dude, let's go up the escalators. He's like, what about the escalator? I go up the escalators. I get this nausea. I'll never forget it. It's the kind of nausea you get from a can of dip that your first time dipping tobacco. And you just put it, all in. And you're just like, wow, I feel like I'm gonna fucking die. But it was a real roller coaster ride going up this escalator. Now, he goes off somewhere, and I try to follow him. It seems like he was trying to get away, but he wasn't. Apparently, he was expecting me to follow him to the store called Belk, because he wanted to look for something for his old lady. I lag behind, and the abundance of people is just it's overbearing. There is at least 40 people surrounding me, and I'm just completely out of it. So, knowing that I'm probably fucked, I just kind of wander off, and there's a skate shop that's nearby. There's a lot of different decks, trucks, all that good stuff. And I'm just looking at him, and I meet this dude in there. He was wearing a backwards cap on it. It was a Jordan hat, and he was wearing DC shoes. So you know he's a classic dude. And he's sitting there talking to me about his wildest trips on mescaline. And I'm like dumbfounded by this dude's experience. Because at the time, I thought it was impressive to trip. I was like, can you score me some peyote? He's like, yeah, man, I can get it for the low. I'm like, man, I don't care. As long as you can get it, I'll pay top dollar. And so I follow this guy. We exchange contact information. I think I'm going to do it later, but then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to follow this guy. Next thing I know, I'm lost in this store with him. I don't know where my friend is. He's calling me, but I don't know it yet. I check my call list whenever I'm in this store, this skate shop in the back, surrounded by all these stoners that I don't even know. And then I call him back. He's like, where are you, man? He's like, man, dude, something's going on. I'm not having a good time. And I'm like, dude, just calm down, please. Because the last thing I need is you freaking out on me. I'm like, dude, it's your choice, come to the mall. He's like, okay, you know what? We should leave. And I'm like, okay, let me meet up with you. So he's telling me he's at the fountain that we were just out prior. I go there. And he's saying he's there on the phone. I'm like, I'm standing right here. And I'm like, dude, you're fucking with me right now. Because the thing is, he was not there. He was not there. This fountain is the only fountain there that people throw coins into, and it's right next to the Spencer store. So I'm telling him to stop fucking with me. It's not funny. The stoner dude follows me out, and he's like, man, we gotta find your friend. I'm like, I don't know where he's at. He's like invisible or something. So he says, you think I'm fucking with you? He sends me a text. And this is where I think he is trying really hard to get me to freak out. Because he takes a picture and he's there. He's holding up a peace sign, standing right next to the fountain. And we're standing right there. So I'm like, okay. In my head, all kinds of ideas, all kinds of assumptions pouring out. This is a glitch in the Matrix. That's my first assumption. I'm like, oh my God, we traveled to different fucking dimensions, man. I'm in universe A, you're in universe B. Holy shit, we gotta find each other. Where's the portal at to get back? So I'm thinking, maybe it's because I went into that skate shop. So I try to go back to the skate shop. I'm like, okay, what did I do to get here? Is there some kind of exit that I can do? So the visuals are so strong at this point. A 5-hit trip, and I was very unexperienced. This is not good. I am surrounded by people. Powerade. So I'm lost in every sense of the word. Lost in my head, lost in my thoughts, lost in this fucking store. So I tell him, okay, we're just gonna leave, go to the car. I go out of the store, or the mall itself, and after I leave the plaza, I'm at the car. And there he is, my friend. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck happened in there? I could not find you. He's like, I was sitting right there, and you weren't there. Next thing I know, I open the door of the car. And then this wave of darkness goes over my eyes. And I'm sitting in the skate shop again. And I don't know how this happens. I teleported back into the store. And I'm looking down at my phone, and I'm like, did I just hallucinate that? Did that not actually happen? Now I'm standing back in the skate shop. I'm sitting there talking to the guy again about the mescaline. And then out of nowhere, this text-to-speech-esque voice appears in my head. It says, you must find the sacred crystals. What? I mean, and I'm getting OEVs like crazy here. The crowds of people that are outside are morphing together. I'm seeing duplicates of the same person. Very wacky stuff. And just to add on to it, some hallucination of it's like a female text-to-speech bot. It's like robotic, telling me I need to leave. I'm like, man, why the fuck is Siri giving me some kind of quest? But I take the quest. It tells me to leave. It tells me to go up the escalators. Well, I get to the point where I need to be, and it tells me to go up. So I go up, and it leads me to some China Bazaar type store where they sell these minerals. It's this purple crystal, and it was on sale for like $15. And I had a pay card at the time, and I worked at a fast food joint. Now, I was like, do I want to spend my money on this? It's like, you have to. If you want to find your friend, you must get the sacred crystals. It's the only hope. And it was saying my name, and I was like, oh my god. Okay, so I buy this arbitrary, just random mineral from this store. And I'm holding it, and it's shining, and I'm seeing a lot of different fluctuations in it, of the colors, and it's pretty ridiculous. It looks very pretty at the time, but it's literally just some piece of scenery that you leave in your living room and forget about. Never stare at again. So I put it in my pocket after I buy it, and I put it in this. I'm wearing this plaid shirt, so it can fit right there, and I'm just like, okay, lead the way, crystal. Now the sacred crystal, it doesn't talk to me again, or whatever the voice was. But I decide on my own accord, I'm gonna head back to where the fountain is. It takes me about like 10 minutes to get back there, and it wasn't even too far. But I was too lost in the crowd. I finally get back there, and there's my friend. I'm like, oh my god, dude, the sacred crystal led the way, and I show him that. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, let's go, and we go, and we hang out some more. He drops me off, you know. I go in, I smoke some weed, and I watch TV, and yeah, very weird experience. But that was one of my first times doing it. I'll never forget that, and I've not been back to that mall since. But yep, there you have it. Thank you guys for watching, and have a nice day or night.